Okay, so okay, all right. So good day, everyone. So welcome back to a third episode of the DevOps tool series. And today we're gonna go through the shipping of a large code using a tool named the Docker Whale. So if you heard about Docker, you just see that hey, this is like a logistic company. It's like a hey, a company that's shipping stuff or something. But yes, it actually is a shipping company, but it ship clothes, not ship stocks. So yeah, so what clearly is Docker? Let's find out here. So Docker, unlike the other tools like Jenkins something, is a relatively young tool. It was first introduced back in March of 2013 at PyCon of that year by Mr. Solomon Hayes. And at that time, he said that he wanted to do something to ship code to the server because that's very hard back then. Because containers, although it was introduced back in the 1970s, it does not be that's very much popular now. But Docker changed everything. So yeah, Docker is built on the shoulder giants of Linux on the top of our systems and gives the mandates for the developers. So yeah, from a small tool in 2013, now it becomes one of the most popular containerization tool of the world now. It's ranked as the #1 most funded platform tool from Stack Overflow with 26 million IPs. That's a world record, huh? And 17 million developers. So it's equivalent to 1/6 of the country or 20% of Vietnam. And one of its old project, the Moby project here, released by the doctors, a collaborative project, it has over 2,272 full contributors and 69,000 stars and 19,000 votes. So how good is that a doctor? And there's also a vibrant of 70 doctor captains across 25 countries, 767 million meetup groups with 200,000 members and 4,800 total meetups. In fact, there's a lot of doctor guys I'm familiar with here, but I want to tell you who they are. But some of them are from India, some from France or the US. And the doctor has over 79,000 plus customers as of last year. But now it's more than 80,000, including me. I myself is a VIP customer of Doctor. So yeah, so what clearly is Doctor, and how did the tool measure just such thing? Let's find out here. So Docker is an open platform for developing, shipping, and running applications. So it's like if you have like you have a server here, and you have an app, the database, the call, and some framework. Transfer it from one server to another without having to drop this stuff. Then you can apply it to the container and stuff to the doctors. And the doctor will be doing the rest, guys. So you don't need to redo the deploying the manual stuff. That's a very complex for you guys. Just let Doctor do it all. One key advantage of Doctor's methodologies for shipping, testing, deploying code is to significantly reduce the delay between writing and running production. So, like I said, it saves time. Good software makes simple with Doctor. So, Doctor is doing the stuff on a container. So there's a lot of things you have. First, it lets you run many containers simultaneously on a different host. It's due to the isolation security, it's a total Doctor the post. And those are lightweight and everything, so don't rely on the host. So literally, if I have an app on my computer, I can transfer it to another computer using the Doctor. So yeah, fast, consistent delivery of applications, and which are good for CI/CD workflows and process. So Docker plus Jenkins, perfect. So, and Docker containers are based on containers, so highly portable workloads. Literally, you can use it on everywhere. You can use it on a laptop, you use it for the machines in the data centers, on cloud, or even a mix. So yeah, Docker uses a client server architecture. So literally, it has something called a Docker daemon, which is probably the main thing that run the Docker. And then it's the computer, which is the registry and client. So yeah, there's also a Docker compose and swarm, and it doesn't mix much. So so some of you may ask, how can we get the Docker? Well, in one of my courses, Docker is available for as running on the EC2 instance. But since the course is no longer here, so literally I cannot access that to run the Docker there. So, but Docker knows otherwise. They have a thing called the Docker Desktop, and the Docker Desktop is like a Docker on your own. It can build images, run containers, and so much more. And usually, this is for the individual version. If you plan to use it in a larger enterprise, in our company or any revenue, you need to pay to the doctors. But if you use it locally as individuals or in a small group, then it's okay. So you can see there are three versions of the Docker Desktop for Mac OS, Windows, and for Linux. So here are the install instructions for the Windows. If you are using in Docker the Windows, then you need to have a Windows 11 or 10. If you don't have this, then please get it from the Windows Microsoft. You also need a 64-bit processor, 4 GB of RAM, and hardware virtualization. You just need to ship the container to virtualize the machine or create a virtual machine for that VMs. And then have to install, then you can download it from the download page button here. And then you double click the installer to run. And by default, it's installing program files. And when you prompt it, you have to use this one. Then, but be careful. If the system only support one of the two of these, you won't be able to select. And then you just need to follow the installation and done. But if you have two accounts, an admin account and a user account, then you need to create a Docker admin and add it to the Docker's user group. So you need to go to the computer management control panel or something, and then you have to do this. You can also install directly from the command line, but that's going to be very complex. You should not hold that. Like I said, the Docker Desktop for individual is free. But possibly for individuals or some for business, it's also free for education and non-commercial open source projects. If you are working in a large company or like a large rental firm or government entities, then you need to pay to doctors. Remember, you need to have a subscription service agreement. You have to sign the agreement. If you don't sign, then it's not gonna run. Yeah, that's the rules of doctors. Now, let's do an installation of the Docker Desktop. So what I wait for the Docker to install, then we can just go to the containers. Then you can clone and start up on project to make changes to one and front end, and you can see changes immediately. So yeah, local host. This is the compose man. Watch. So literally in it start from a zip file here, and then it went here. You can just make change the app, you can change the placeholder text, input the background color, you see the CSS. And in fact, Docker help you to start a complete development project with zero installation. No node needed, no MySQL needed, or any other dependencies on the machine. All you need was Docker and some Visual Studio Code, and you're done. The strength of Docker. And it's just like a few seconds left before the Docker is coming. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So let's go back to the installation instructions. Okay, it's done. So let's open the room. Installer. What is that install on my face? You need to be patiently waiting because it may take like a few seconds for the installer to begin. Oops, I opened twice. Sorry, guys. Need to open this one. Yes, this is the configuration. You can add a shot to the desktop if you want to do that. And now they're trying to unpacking all the files related to the Docker desktop. The Docker desktop I'm using is 4.38.0, which is the newest version of the Docker. And the process may take like a few minutes to install on into what is a container. And like I said, VMs still run the Docker engine and sign in. Remember, you can connect your Docker desktop to the Docker Hub repository. Here you can also access your app directly. So I have a Docker Hub, the container image library. Sign in. Or you use your work email here, or you just connect to the GitHub. Here I've used the GitHub. Yeah, and it really connects to my face without having to do anything. So like, there's a note. Docker Desktop only signs you out after 90 days. That means 3 months. That means you have to resign in the applications at least 3 months, every 3 months. Or if you are 1 month of doing nothing in Docker Desktop, then it's gonna have to kick you out as well. So yeah, that's their rules. And here's the sign in for Linux. This is for the Linux only, so it's only for reference. And if you're not using Linux, then don't do that. So what does Docker Desktop contain? It contains Docker Engine, Docker CLI client, a step, a build, a compose, and there's also 3 Kubernetes yet. But that Kubernetes is I'm gonna explain it in the next episode. Wow, see, there's a lot of files it need to be unpacked for the Docker to run. This is the admin, the build. This is the resources to run the Docker tools. And dev aims the diagnose. Okay, the installation is now beginning. In fact, you need to click stop and deploy the container. So you need to wait for a few minutes. It's okay. Okay, so that's the process of installing in the Docker's things. So that's the first part of the Docker. So since the installation required a window restart, so this is all the end of the first part of this episode. The next episode, we're gonna introduce go a little bit deeper into what the actual Docker means. So thank you for your attention, and we'll see you next time.